Spiral, 2 Jews, 2 mics, 2 hours, starting now.
How's it going?
It's going well. It's going really, really well. How are you?
Wait a second. I don't need you don't think I'm already ready to jump off a goddamn building and now that's all I need is you and your problems. I think it seems like it's from a movie.
The Narcissist.
No, it's something like, that's all we need is you and your something. Some sitcom or something like that. You know what's interesting the way I talk? Even when I don't know what I'm talking about, I bring a child's wonder.
I still talk. I just talk.
I talk and I bring a child's wonder. A child's wonder. So, Josh, why is there people?
Daddy, what's Vietnam?
Yeah, that one. Nothing. All right. I'll have to go. That's something, a private joke. Susan, I don't need you right now. Isn't it sad I have to create? If I didn't have to create her, someone would need to create her or something like that, right?
We'll just call her Fang.
Still a classic. I have resolved my feud with the Majority Report. Did you know anything about this, or are you interested to hear the details?
Well, the feud seemed imaginary, so I'm glad that you've come to a resolution.
Yes, my friend. In fact, what would you call it? Your analysis of the motion was that the feud was imaginary. Once again, it has been shown that I made something up out of whole cloth.
Yeah.
And so what happened was
Papa Josh was right.
Oh God, is that what it's about with you?
Yes.
So do we talk about this on the show? That I asked you, should I ask why I wasn't on the show?
No, that was off pod, but we have talked about your angst and verging on resentment of not being asked back on the show.
Would you please? It's already bad. Do you have to?
No, I'm just being descriptive. I'm not spinning.
Yes, and you were very kind to me, almost like a friend. Like a good friend. You were great because you really were able to say, I was going to send something to him, say, Sam, have I made you angry? Because
my feelings are hurt. And I just said, you know what? Take the drama out and just go, hey, I miss being on the show. Wondering if there's any issue or you're just doing other people.
Right, but then we both had concluded, though. I thought we both concluded that would be. Oh, I think in my mind I concluded that would be showing something sad about me because it probably was wrong.
Well, no, I just said don't go in saying like your feelings are hurt by all this.
Right.
You know,
right.
Don't lay a big fucking trip on the guy. Just get in contact.
Okay, so what happened was a friend of mine who's a friend of Sam's going way back, and he's the caller Ray Gun to Majority Report, and the guy is just hilarious. And I've known him over the years, but since I haven't been following that show that much, I haven't been really following it. So he sent me a cameo out of the blue, and the cameo said something like, it said exactly like, Sam, maybe you've turned your something about. I know my friend Andrew really wants to be on the show, but he's afraid to talk to you. But it was all these things that basically. So, and he was also paying me twice, 24-hour delivery. So I was going to get like $100 just to do the cameo.
Uh-huh.
So I had all kinds of really good feelings going about it.
Uh-huh.
So I did the cameo.
So someone paid you to do a cameo to Sam. Yes. About how much you want to be on the show. So you had the cover of this cameo.
Right, but the thing
about fake, quote, fake hurt.
But the thing is, when I got the thing, I didn't, the truth about this is that I wasn't, it's hard to say this, I wasn't exactly sure what the tone of all of this was.
Uh-huh.
Okay, because he wrote to me, he said, Oh, okay.
You don't have to make these noises while you're looking. You can just,
okay.
I'll just.
Okay. So he sends it to me. An acquaintance of mine, Sam, host. The guy is so funny. An acquaintance of mine, Sam, hosts a podcast that has really fallen off lately, if we're being honest. It feels like years since he's had on some of the more beloved guests, comedians and movie experts, as an example. And it feels like he's lost touch with his roots. It feels like some people get too big for their britches and, frankly, lose themselves in the process. He's joking all the way through this.
And did he have you read this on the camera?
No, I made my own tape. He goes, would it be so hard to have your old comedian friend, let's call him Andrew, back on your it's weird because it's like a cryptic to me, right? Back on your podcast. I'm sure Andrew would probably reach out himself, but he doesn't want it to sound desperate or weird. So Sam needs to step up in the situation. Don't you agree? Now remember, he's telling me about a fictional person who's like, this is not supposed to be me.
Yeah.
Let's call him Andrew. So so I make a cameo to Sam. Again, not exactly. I knew this was funny, but I didn't know if it was. I couldn't figure out the tone of the whole thing. Like if he really felt like I wasn't on the show or something like that. It was like something like that.
No, I think the tone is he probably knows that you were hurting a little.
Oh, that's right, because he saw me on social media, obviously, like
or listens to this show, perhaps, and went, well, this is uncomfortable for Andy. I'll grease the wheels. Good for him. Good for him, I say.
First of all, he's hilarious. So I do a thing to Sam, and I say, look. I go through this whole thing about, look, I know people hate me because I voted for Barack Obama, but I'm proud of it. I go through this whole thing about how, based on my real, actual, made-up fantasies of why I wasn't on the show. So I had made up in my mind, it absolutely was all these listeners to the Majority Report who didn't like me voting for Hillary, didn't like me voting for Obama. So that's what I was convinced it was, right? So Sam sends a thing saying, it's absolutely nothing's wrong. Absolutely nothing is wrong. And then he proceeds to really nail me in the sense that I guess if you really watched the show, you would realize that there are that section is gone from the show.
Yeah.
The Friday fun section that you were on. So it's not like, so he went through this whole thing where he was like trying to imagine me and how angry I was if I was saying like, it's not like, Andy, you've been Mark Cohn's taking my spot. It's not like, Andy, what is it? Mark Verbiglia is too big. And he mentioned other people who could have, to make it more ludicrous, like what is Gallagher 2 on the show now? So anyway, he pointed out my total ignorance that I have not been, because I never have watched. I don't watch any shows like news shows on the radio,
right?
Like his show, even though it's a great show. I've only been on there because I'm on there, and then of course I've watched all the clips I'm on over the years,
sure,
and I've enjoyed it. Certainly, I love Sam anyway because I've known him from way back. He used me in a
so this is just pure ego of they stopped using me. It's not like you're a fan of the show. It's not like you wanted to be part of it.
No. There's a certain procedure, a certain politeness that you don't understand about podcast partners and podcast pan. You can't turn on me now. You have to pretend that this was a wonderful, wonderful thing, and it was understandable. He also said, he says, look, I wish I could, if we ever do lighthearted things or movie reviews or whatever it is you do, he said to me.
Okay, good.
So it was wonderful. The whole thing was wonderful. It was really, really wonderful. And, but the OCD part of me seriously does say, not seriously, but yells at me and says, You are just a ridiculous person. You've always been a ridiculous person. And your life seems to be, he even at one point kind of treats me like a guy, he kind of like treats me like a guy who goes crazy every once in a while. Like Sam, right? Sam, he kind of like, don't want you to get going on this. So it's just when you fully perceive that, I don't know what your view of your life is supposed to be. I guess I would love to have a life where I didn't have these personality traits.
Sure.
And they didn't come to the fore.
We'd all love to shed parts of our personality, I'm sure.
And so I could go into a very negative space on it, which I've already done in my head, but mostly only negative about me.
Right.
Stupid idiot. Of course. When you feel this way about you're stupid, the people also become like Christ-like, like Sam's Christ-like in this thing, in my image. Like, he's like, these people can't believe, it's hard to believe you have any friends, Andy, when people are so nice to you about your not narcissistic personality disorder.
Your peccadillos, your little peccadillos.
Well, I think, aren't peccadillos worse?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Insanity? I don't.
They're not like affairs, right? Peccadillos are like things you prefer. I
think it's more like quirks.
Like smoking.
I could be very wrong about that.
Cigar smoking. No, I don't know, but it does seem like we both. It seems like you always know what a word means slightly more than me, but not all the way.
Right.
That's why I'm very sanguine. I'm very sanguine about the way you're. Am I not acerbic? Can I be?
You
acerbic?
are acerbic. But
I didn't know what the word meant.
But you're not sanguine, and it's pronounced sanguine about anything.
How did you say it?
Sanguine.
Well, you have a certain sang-froid. This is now, I'm getting back into, whenever I get into this mode, it's like early podcast. Yeah, I have a voice.
Well, I'm glad you have that monkey off your back.
It was really quite wonderful experience. I mean, it still was bizarre to me because
You're still not getting on the show, it sounds like, but.
No, I'm not going to get on the show, but the thing is, no one's getting on the goddamn show. Because as he was saying, like, is it Mike Verbiglia? I think I'm pronouncing his name right. But then I was wondering, I wonder now if I look how many times Mike Verbiglia has been on the show. But I'm not that crazy.
Aren't you?
No, I don't think so. All of my fears with Sam, what's that guy's I don't like that much, Sandler's thing? All my fears with Sandler were basically fears that he was going to punch me. Ultimately, the fact that he doesn't like me and I've caused a situation where he doesn't like me is not as bad as it was the fear that made me go into martial arts based on that thing.
Man, see, I think you were looking at it all wrong.
What do you got?
Imagine the kind of hay you could have made from Adam Sandler punching you.
That's what Bruce told me once. Like he was saying something about a comment. I said, "What if they heard you?" He goes, "I don't care." He goes, "If they punched me, I'd sue." I said, "I could never." Can you imagine thinking like that's actually not having that much fear? It's a very Jewish reaction. I'd sue.
Yeah.
Go ahead, punch. I don't have that feeling. Do you? Go ahead.
No.
Do your worst.
No, I don't generally, but I'm not, I don't lean to the litigious because of the paperwork and B, almost no one wants to punch me ever.
Well, that's
just
true.
You,
and I didn't sue when allegedly, what are the people who are called, they do new root canals. What are they called? They're called like something fancy.
Dentists?
No, they're called something else. They're called
oral surgeons,
something along those lines. But I don't even know if I think oral surgeons have more skill than people who do root canals. So they're not oral surgeons. I like when you're encouraging me as a moron, and then I actually get some juice from it. So I didn't sue this guy who had left an instrument in my mouth.
Yeah.
That had caused the entire side of my face to, at Montreal one year, to kind of swell. And I don't know if I've told the story before, but I was actually feeling what it feels like when you're close to an infection spreading throughout your whole system, you actually feel good. You feel like you're going to get a night's rest. You really do feel like not bad at all. But this guy had left an instrument in my, because I remember
I'm guessing piccolo trumpet.
No, not piccolo trumpet. It was whatever they use when they're filing down like into the root canal. It broke off. Whatever that thing is, I could break off.
Gotcha.
And then when I was going through this horrible pain, I remembered being very high on nitrous, and remember him having a thing with the guy. Oh, well, we'll just sew it up, or whatever the thing was, that they definitely something had happened. Oh, well, so I remembered, he did say something to me, like maybe in the future you might have to. But when I came in with the actual swollen thing, he said, nothing I did, nothing I could have done. He was so paranoid.
Wow.
Later, the oral surgeon showed me the removal of the whole part of the tooth with the instrument preserved in there, right? So I probably could have sued, but I didn't want to sue.
What fun would that have been, though?
It would not have been fun. It would not have been fun. First of all, if you told me, Andy, okay, all you have to do is go down to this thing, spend 10 minutes there, and they'll give you $50,000. But that's not the way.
Right, no.
That's not how it works.
No.
I have to go to a cook, have a suit on.
Sure.
Did I tell you that my guy goes to my dentist? Steve Gutenberg goes to my dentist, and one time he found he was like friends with Steve Gutenberg, and Gutenberg found out he was doing a deposition at the office, where they come in and you're a deposition in some kind of trial. So Gutenberg finding that out, runs through the office going, "Don't go in there. Bad things," to the people who were about to give the deposition. All the legal people. It's bad things happening there. That to me is a fantastic story, because only Steve Gutenberg could be that big, that wrong, and it'd be that funny.
It's a good use. It's a good use of his massive star power.
You know that he thought they're going to love it, right? They're going to love this.
Yes.
Like I do the same. I have a tendency to try and make people laugh too, but not with the same. They're going to wait till they see Steve Gutenberg.
You've been gootied.
Exactly. And he's not related to the Gutenberg press, like you had told me. Is it the Gutenberg press?
It's the Gutenberg, yes.
Oh, okay. And what is it? He came up with a type. Did he invent a typewriter of some kind?
No.
Is that what he did?
No, he did not.
I know what he did. Believe me, I know the history of printing. Believe me. This is why I look to cover up vast swaths of things I don't know. Oh, I know how I know what he invented. The printing press. What does that fucking mean? I don't know anything that he did. I know he somehow typeset. Was he able to typeset? God damn it. Oh, next you're going to tell me that Eli Whitney made the cotton gin. All right, look. I came here today with fucking stories coming out of my yim yam.
Yeah.
I was what's the word? Entertaining as all get out. And had and the Mets won a game, so it was a wonderful weekend.
There you go. Everything's coming up, Andy.
No, they're having a tough season, but man, I love their announcers, and I know that I am into a thing that's like they're the best, they're the funniest. The other day they did. Goes, the guy comes at the bat. He goes, the pitcher was named Scott, and the batter was named Scott. So he goes, "Hey, Scott, meet Scott." And then he said, Uma, Oprah. Uma, Oprah. Now, how many people get that reference?
You.
Right. I laughed with delight. Almost as if almost as if Ron Darling, Keith Hernandez, and Gary Cohn are broadcasting just for me.
Yes.
They know
and at this point of the season, it's not so far from the truth.
That really is true. I used to try and rationalize it, but I actually think we're past halfway in the season, even though the All-Star break hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
I think we've played more than 81 games, and with 15 games under 500.
Doesn't look
but
good.
Meanwhile, I love, as you know, now I want to own everything Knicks. I'm not so much that I'm going to buy swag or gear, but the fact that Jalen Brunson...
just take some of your other New York sports team swag and change it into Knicks stuff with
That's
the
what
marker.
I did. That's what got me in trouble.
Oh.
You don't know that one? Oh, my God. I just got a little stab of reminding of that memory. I mean, you're all going to your rooms. Why? Because one of you spilled ink. Well, it was me, I say, yelling in my head. Well, it was me. But your face tells me I can't admit it. If any of you, who did it? Who did it? Which one of you did it? What was done again? Ink. Well, I probably was me playing around with that banner, I says to myself internally. Tell them, Andy. Who are you? You're an idiot.
It wasn't me, he said, throwing up his black spotted hands.
What a wonderful childhood. You know, and the thing is, I can say at least I wasn't starved. I can say at least I wasn't locked in a closet. I can say these things.
Sure.
That's not true. I want people right now, there's a lot of people sending me separate money, coffee.com, give me a cup of coffee, to pay for my therapy. And I just want to say, really, do not. My mother, God rest her. Okay. This is worse when you backhand it.
Attribute a soul to your mother?
I don't want to back announce my feelings about my mother. Oh my God, this was a DJ convention? That would have killed. The idea that there would be a DJ convention, or even do you remember when they were like podcast conventions?
Yeah.
When they first had podcasts?
I bet
they don't have those anymore, do they?
Do, sure.
It's when you're celebrating a medium, aren't you? I have the best. Well, I guess it is. I don't know. I've tried to make it small because I've tried. You know what it is? We're not going to get any awards on the potties.
We're not. No.
We're not. So I've let that dream go. But there's a part of me that does feel like we're going to be in a big hall. We're going to get a gold watch or something, some kind of spot. Where's our $100 million Spotify deal? Come on.
Where's our $40 Spotify deal?
Yeah. Where is our, where I can't look, I keep trying to get, I can't even get the stamps.com people to return my call. I say, look, we'll do it. They say, it doesn't matter. No one's using it. Well, maybe they are using it. I don't know. I don't want to put stamps.com down if they're still doing well.
Really? I think the ship has sailed on that.
Yeah, because I listen to a lot of podcasts. I don't hear stamps.com anymore.
Yeah.
Mark Maron, I think, cornered the market on it. Stamps.com. And his thing was based on a real hate of going to places and seeing people. You go, well, I know he doesn't want to go to the post office. But it never made me say, you know what I'm doing? Signing up for stamps.com. And maybe that was my fault because now I do mobile banking.
Right.
Which is a time, saves a lot of time. Oh, are you allowed to talk about your scan or you don't know yet?
Am I allowed to? Sure. I have full rights. I have full publicity rights.
How did it go?
It went fine. I don't have any results yet, but
I thought the results would be in.
It'll take.
Well, I knew you would be fine during the thing. I didn't think you'd be punching people.
Yeah.
And do they don't give you any clue like, oh God,
no,
whoa.
No, they're standing in a different room while they're watching it all happen. So.
Whoa. I used to try to convince those people. Not really, but I would think about convincing them. Now, you know what you're seeing, right?
Yeah.
I don't ever do it, but I was tempted to. Come on, let's cut to the chase.
I don't really want the lowest level guy's take on my stuff, really.
The lowest level guy. You call them, look, these people, I'd like to see you operate a thing.
Start.
That's not all they do. They also sit in here, put your head through that thing.
They put a warm blanket on me before I went in.
Do you and did you have a weighted blanket? I'm thinking, if weighted blankets can make you feel less anxious, why don't I have a whole set of them?
I feel like weighted blankets would have the absolute opposite effect on me.
It would make me feel like I'm being choked by my emotions.
Like I'm in a permanent dental X-ray.
Have you ever felt one?
No, but I've had the lead bib for dental X-rays, and I feel like it's probably very similar.
I'm hoping the weighted blankets is a little more sophisticated. It's a more sophisticated product.
Yeah, it sounds horrible to me.
Well, here's the other thing. You don't live is Allison.
You want that buried alive feeling.
Well, I don't want to get this into like a male. Women are cold. No, women are hot. Men, but my wife's always cold.
Yes. Bless you.
And that I smoked I think one joint for the whole weekend. It was like,
that's a lie.
What the hell am I thinking about?
I saw your eyes. You still have fucking gummy eyes.
No, gummy eyes is not. I'm talking about smoking. Gummy.
Okay.
Gummy. As soon as it hits as soon as it hits sundown on Friday night, I start to put various tinctures throw it down my gullet. Get some tinctures going.
You had a port.
I don't like
you had
vaping.
A port installed.
I have a node. I have a pot node on my body where it gets injected. But I had a very. But that being said, I have less congestion, so I'm thinking that's if your theory is correct.
And usually they are. Let's be honest.
Your theories are usually negative and reinforcing of behavior I probably already believe about myself. Right? Like, right. Oh, yeah, right. Like, you're not like a fucking pot addict who can't stop smoking Friday through Sunday. And that reinforces the part of me that goes, I can't argue with what he's saying. I do start to get cravings. But that being said, I'm built like a steel trap. And in diabetes, step back a couple of feet.
Chomp.
Something like that.
That's the steel trap setting off.
Chomp? Oh. Joan, is there a way that you could quit chomping for 1 second, Joan? During my toast, Joan. That's when you decide. All of a sudden, you're going to eat for the first time at the, I'll never forget looking over my mouth. Joan, could you stop the chomping while I do my, toast? Oh, God, that was great. Now that shows you where the comedy was. The comedy was my father. My mother was funny too, because do you think she stopped chomping when he pointed it out?
No.
Boom, boom. She's like scared. She was scared of food her whole life.
Yeah.
So I think it's like a thing of she's scared of it, but then she wants it, and so she sneaks it or something like that. And she was always
she needed it. It wasn't somebody even that she wanted it. She actually needed it.
You think you're talking about in a life thing?
Yeah.
As a
to stay alive.
To stay alive. It's a countdown to Bill Maher. I can't wait. I don't know when it's going to be.
I think it was last night.
Oh, my God. Is that what people are sending me pictures of? It wasn't on TV last night.
I don't think so, no.
Oh, my God.
Not on any civilized channel, at least.
They sent me a picture. Gary Goldman sent me a picture of, it looks like Bill Maher, Jay Leno, and one other person sitting together. Who's the other person? Oh, Stephen A. Smith, side by side, and they it looks really. I don't know if there's a segment where they're taking calls. I don't know what it is, but
all I know is that table didn't come from the Algonquin.
There's not even. I mean, what was you know how like when it's someone you really, really love, like say, like someone was reading me, I read the list of people who've been honored. There's some pretty good people who've been honored.
That's how they got down to Bill Maher.
I mean, Richard Pryor, I think, was the first recipient of the Mark Twain Prize.
Yeah.
And then last year, it was the Mentalist guy. You know about the Mentalist guy, right? I'm not talking out of school.
Oz Perlman?
Yeah, did you tell me about him, or is it going around?
Well, I've told you about him, but that doesn't mean you remember it.
That's true. But his thing sounds creepy because his thing really sounds like, I wonder if you arranged it with somebody in the crowd before we started. It's exactly what I did. Tell me what's in your wallet. Is this number that I asked you about before the show when you didn't know you were giving me a number?
That's not the answer to how he does it. But
how does he do it?
There's all sorts. There's all sorts of ways.
Well, can name me one other than. Did you ever watch the Columbo where Jack Cassidy plays a magician?
No.
Well, he shows a trick. He goes, "I knew you'd choose." He goes, "I knew you'd choose the number 2," and then somewhere in the club there's a number 2. "I knew you would choose 3," and then somebody else. He goes to somebody, "I knew it would be 4." He's got everything between 2 and 9 covered at some place in that room. Through and it took me a while to get it. And I used schematics, but the thing that about these tricks are they are very tricky. Some of these mentalist things, right? Is it that tricky? Is it that tricky, or is it all based on I got you to give me these numbers when you didn't even know you were giving me the numbers? Unlike the religious guys who have someone talking to them in their ear, who are evangelists.
Yes.
He doesn't have someone talking to him in his ear, does he?
But there are all sorts of forces and tricks and things like that. I mean, it's like other magic tricks.
I always thought close-up magic was the best because all it involved was manipulation of your hands and stuff. So I always was taught to think, it's not like, hey, there's the Statue of Liberty. Now it's gone.
Right.
I was always taught by John Carney that how much could David Copperfield be doing in that trick?
Right.
How complicated could that be? Or how delightful is it? Whereas when you see these people do the cards and the hands and the booms.
Right.
Oh, God.
At least there's this, in those cases, there's an actual skill to admire.
That's right. There is a skill to admire. And the thing is, I still enjoy that skill. I do. I mean, every time I've seen card tricks, I've enjoyed it very, very much. But not that much.
I don't enjoy it that much. I don't enjoy it that much, but I certainly our friend John Carney is one of the best at it.
Right. And Ricky Jay and all that kind of. I never saw Ricky Jay show. Did you ever see one of those?
I did, yeah.
And how were those?
They were fun. He was. He at least had a character and a persona that it drove it all.
Oh, right, and it was like more. So it's
very rare a magician can bring some gravitas to the table, and he managed to do that.
Right, because he has a history. He knew the history of this.
Yeah,
and
he was old and and sort of authoritative looking and acting as well. So,
and he also was a good actor.
He was okay. And
I thought he was good.
He was kind of like doing his bit,
He was doing his bit. He was. I get impressed whenever I see the guy's a magician and he's able to get bookings. He's able to get cast. Right. To me, that's magical.
Yes, that's the biggest trick of all: is being a magician that's not an outcast.
All I remember was Great Scott. Great Scott would say, "I don't know if you're wondering what happened to the rabbit, but above us in the lounge, they're serving." Rabbit fricassee. And everyone would laugh. You have to laugh.
Sure.
But then the great story about Great Scott, and I don't know if it's true, I don't know if he's alive, and I don't know if I can get sued, but he produced all of these birds, and because the story was that the first act was supposed to do 15, then come back and do more. But the guys, I'm not coming back after I introduce you to do more. And all the birds died in the pocket because they were in the pocket too long. And as he produced them, they were dead.
Now I never saw it. Dove fricassee.
Wait, is there which are used more? Which are used more, doves or rabbits? I mean, who can afford a rabbit? Who's going to bring a rabbit?
You see more bird acts than rabbit acts.
That's true. Don't you think so? But they're more majestic. Thing, birds.
I was working with someone at the rib tickler once, and the rib tickler was based on the Comedy and Magic Club, so they would have some sort of variety act in the show, often a magician as the feature act or something. And my friend was working there. I think it was Jeff Stilson. And he had to stay in the condo with the Magic Act, which meant he had to stay there with the Magic Act and his birds.
Well, I couldn't believe it last night, and I'm not someone who talks ill of other comics.
No.
But last night...
I'm not going to punch you, Andy.
We, with our new Samsung Smart TV, we can get, like anybody can get, like YouTube or whatever.
Wow.
And she's getting these Letterman things. They're very funny, obviously, because if you watch them all day long, then they wouldn't be, but you're just hilarious. You get to see the top 10 list with like Walt Frazier on them. Uh-huh. Fantastic. David Wood was on doing stand-up.
Not that funny. Pretty generic.
I have to be honest. He almost like the definition of that whole time period of comedy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The negative sides of that time. It's really, really like, I can't even explain how frothless it was or how
there was just nothing to it. But I think David Wood was the guy who owned the aforementioned Rib Tickler.
He was a magician, right?
He was a comic. He was
not a magician.
Not a magician.
Because I thought maybe his act was better.
He was not at all ever a part of the Minneapolis comedy scene. And even his club didn't book from the Minneapolis comedy scene very much. Like they'd book local MCs, but pretty much the feature and headliner were almost always out of towners, with the exception of
Wasn't that Acme though?
It's Acme now.
Right. But it was a completely different thing.
Yeah, it was just like this.
Why did he open it?
It was
did
this
he live
club.
There originally?
He did. He was from there. Yeah.
Well,
but he was already out in L.A. I think mostly being a warm-up guy for sitcoms and stuff.
He thought this would pay his bills.
Yeah.
His rib ticklers would be all over the country. You have to know, he goes, there's Funny Bones, there's going to be rib ticklers.
Right. And there was a rib restaurant attached to it, by the way.
Right. And how was that? Oh, you don't remember.
It wasn't that good. It was Raleigh's. Don't say you don't remember how ribs were, please. But I did. I worked there a couple of times as an MC when I first started.
But he wasn't even there, ever.
David Woods was never there, no.
But I was actually...
The creepy manager who told me to do a Chinaman was there.
And it really did feel like he came right over to Dave. So I don't know if that was early on in the early 80s or something, but he came out and but Dave didn't look that excited about him.
Yeah.
To ask him the questions.
How could he be?
But then you realize that later, you remember that Dave was one of these people who said, no more stand-ups, please, when stand-ups really started to get hacky.
Yeah.
He was famous for having said, please, no more stand-ups, which at the time made me go, but I'm a stand-up. What about me? And then the rest is history, Josh. You can, the rest is history. I was known as one of the greatest stand-ups of all time. I had a lot of promises were made to me. I'm not that type of person, but that would be a horrible person to be made to be, right? I was made promises, Josh. I was told you would do all the work on this podcast and also all the work, and you wouldn't complain. And now later, all of a sudden, you're the complainer.
I was given a bunch of bridges and a box of matches.
You know what's so interesting? That now that I really feel like all the bridges I've burned really aren't burned anymore, but I'm too old and enfeebled to do anything about it career-wise.
There you go. The bridges are there, but you can't walk across them anymore.
That's not true, because I have a dream inside my heart. It doesn't matter. I could be 83 years old and still have a great show on CBS. It's nice to know the whole thing is dying, though, right? It's not just my career.
It's not just your career. It's everyone's career.
Because I told you, I think I watched the show called Ken Can Go Fuck Him. It was like a multi-camera thing where are they just like making fun of multi-camera things now? Or there's no multi-camera thing I think that could be shot now, unless there is one that is shot. That is
isn't that like
like
a hybrid show where part of it is single camera and part of it is multi-camera?
I don't know. I couldn't get through the first. I thought maybe I wasn't getting the show. Like it's a supposedly it's bad on purpose.
It's high concept. I know that much, but I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't watched it enough to determine what that high concept is.
Okay, so I think I'd have to watch more than 10 minutes of it.
Maybe.
Because if you watch 10 minutes of it, you just go, these people are doing terrible sitcom things. So maybe that's the bit.
Yeah. Yeah, watch more or don't watch. Otherwise, we get a true romance situation going for a month or so.
Look, I'm doing some research into True Romance to see if I should watch it again.
Again?
And I will watch it again. Don't worry. Hey, don't you worry. And I'm also continuing to listen to books that describe fascism and why people. I'm reading one now or listening called The Conspirators, which is trying to show you how it used to be. I would be like, oh, this was me as a younger man. Is the country fucking stupid? This was me. This was me raised in Queens. Fucking Reagan? Are you kidding me? Nixon? What? That was me not believing that things would get worse. I don't know where I was going with that. I got mesmerized by my own performance level. No, I really did. I got attracted to my own. I got high in my own supply.
I started watching The World at War. Do you remember that series?
Is it Attenborough or?
No, it was narrated by Sir Laurence Olivier, but it was
by who?
By Sir Laurence Olivier.
Oh no! Oh God! Does it make you think the war is over the top?
It's a fantastic doc. I mean, it was a 10+ part series made by the BBC in like 1973.
Before Ken Burns was around, They made things like this,
and it's a fantastic document, and it's interesting because it's all from British point of view as opposed to the American point of view.
Oh, I got to see this now. Do they talk about World War II at all?
That's what it is.
Oh, thank God! I was playing the dumb guy. So it's just like the things that I've been watching, the Holocaust films and such, but it's from the British perspective.
Yes, I remember it used to air at like 11 o'clock on Friday nights in Minneapolis when I was a kid. So I remember seeing it, and my brother was very enthralled with World War II as a kid, so he would watch it too. So.
Have I mentioned I'm enthralled with it? Yes. I'm going to watch now. Where did you see it? Where's it at? Where's it playing?
On the YouTube. Unfortunately, it's an incomplete set. I've watched like 5 episodes, but.
Why isn't it all? What would be amazing if you could find something like that on like the History Channel or something like that's called History.
Well, Tom Hanks is doing his own version of it right now on History.
Didn't
Channel.
he already do these?
Well, he had a World War II series, which is instead of Laurence Olivier, you have Tom Hanks narrating it, but it was very much inspired by World at War.
And then where's he getting his footage from? What is he doing? How come he has so much access? I don't know why I'm making.
Why do you ask such shitty questions all the
time?
I'm
not.
You aren't actually curious. You're just making noise.
It's not thought spiral. It's not thought. You don't listen to Thought Spiral to hear Andy's incisive. What do you listen to it for?
Why do I talk when I know you're not interested? I don't know.
I think you do it because it keeps you. Should you have to have a real conversation? Should something real happen in your life? Like someone wants to take a meeting, but you're ready to go.
I did some under the hood wrenching this weekend.
What happened? What was that?
I had to replace my car battery, which one would think is a very simple operation, and in most cars it is, but it turns out in mine you have to remove like pieces of the dash almost, and things like that.
I can't believe that you did this. I thought that my stories or the fact that I broke bones changing oil, and I've told this story. How are you tinkering in it with a car? Under any circumstances, do you think nobody goes, "Oh, I bet you did that in a jiffy"? I mean, we know that you probably do have more build know-how or take it apart than me, but that's not saying anything. You should not be touching. You could have been writing a script.
That's right. I could have been.
It was horrible, right? It wasn't simple.
But this provided a reward, which was my car that started, as opposed to a script.
Did you get it fixed?
Huh? Yeah.
Did you do it?
Yes, I did it.
Okay, but how many accidents did you cause? How many things did you blow up? Did you set yourself on fire like Leno?
I did not.
Okay, well, that's good. Are you glad you did it?
I'm glad I did it, yes. And the person who had done it before a few years ago clearly half-assed it a little bit. So it actually made my job a little easier because some of the things weren't refastened down and stuff from the last time. So.
Well, I don't have to put the housing in because it didn't come with it.
But it was way more fucking complicated than any other battery change I've ever been a part of. So
I just can't believe I'm hearing this for the first time that you have ever changed anything on your car or done any kind of work like that.
Yeah.
It does not. I just see you perturbed. And
well, it wasn't my intention. My intention was I went to AutoZone, where I've gone before, and said, "Hey, if I buy a battery, can you help me install it?" And they're like, "Sure."
And will they?
Yeah.
And what did you tip them?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So I went there to do that again, and I bought the battery, and then no one could help me install it. Like, no one could get away to do it. And so I was
okay. They usually do.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, I'm sure I can do it. And then I went home and looked at it and was like, no, this is super fucking hard. And there's all sorts of shit you have to remove to take the battery out.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, these guys have us over. It's not that we have us over a barrel, because I would gladly pay someone. What would you tip? $20, $40?
Yeah, $20 probably.
Yeah.
In the past, that's what I did.
Yeah.
But, in this age, you go on YouTube and you enter the exact thing you're doing, and there's 5 people who are showing you how to do it.
Oh, that's true.
And
I
watched 3 people do it, and then I go outside and ape what they did.
Right. And to a certain extent, like, I've even been able to work on my grinder, my coffee grinder, a little bit. And when I say work on it, I mean I've been able to take it apart, put it back together without it just being destroyed.
No.
Is what I mean.
But did you fix it?
Yes. The only problem with my coffee grinder now is that if you put it all the way in the finest grind, that is acceptable for the Chemex, but that's it. So it's going. Something's going on it. Some kind of a burr situation is going on. But, I'm going to let it go to my dream world would be if I had a backup electric kettle, backup grinder, backup everything right there, which I've had before. I've been able to fix my electric kettle when just the kettle went, and I was able to fix it when just the electrical part went. I was able to swap them out. Because I just had this fear of taking things I don't want to take my grinder to a place. It's like, what do they, You don't grind, right?
Yeah, I grind every day.
You do?
Yes.
Are you still using those off-grade beans, low-grade beans? Why am I causing a fight about this? I did try, and I don't
have the kind of skin in the game that you think I have.
I don't want to hurt Lori Berkowicz's feelings. But I have to say that I did try. She gave us kosher coffee, and I did try it.
Yes.
And wasn't for me.
Nice.
Wasn't for me.
You couldn't have just let it go. You couldn't have just.
No, I had to tell Lori about it, because if I can't make someone who did something nice for me feel less than, or feel like they don't want to do it in the future, because I said to myself, I don't think these should be on display in my house. Is that what you've done? Put them on display?
The coffee gallery? Sure.
Yeah. You have a coffee gallery. Sure, it's true. You have a room where you have your original chock full of nuts can. But I went through a whole bunch of stuff. Like I said, this is ridiculous that you are going to not use this coffee. This is perfectly good coffee. It is perfectly good coffee, but coffee that's already pre-ground is very fine.
Yeah.
It's very, very fine. And then it doesn't say, and then when this coffee says 100% Arabica beans, Arabica, they're looking for things to say good about the coffee. Because most coffee is 100%. And then it's the whole...
I think the moral of the story is don't send coffee to a coffee snob.
Plus, I don't want to get anti-Semitic, but there's fucking Jews all over the bag, and it's like, have a nice chutzpah. You know what I'm saying? In this current climate, I do not want to have someone come over and see me drinking Orthodox coffee. That's the last thing I need. Why is that the quintessential? That's all. And here's how else I think of Jewish music with the quarter note.
Is that a clarinet? Are you doing a clarinet? You're doing.
No, it's like hey, yeah. It seems like it's not a half note. It's like a quarter note on these religious things. It's the part of the world they came in that we all escaped in the Jewish. You call it diaspora? I call it a world of trouble.
Call it a bucket of shtetl.
That was one of my favorite. Why can't I be one of these like James Fry guys who pretends that my parents were in the Holocaust and I write some kind of a heartbreaking thing that's untrue? Why can't, why? Get in line is what I would say to that.
All right.
Get in line if you want to be the next New York Times reporter who claims that he got their sources. Get in line because there's plenty of other people.
The funny part is that you can't put your story about dentistry without Novocaine in your memoir now because he ruined the whole area for you.
Could you imagine? That's what you lie about? That's what you say? Well, I'm just exaggerating. Everybody who read that stupid book, before you admitted it, said, something sounds wrong here with this, specifically with this Novocaine thing. What 12-step program would have you not use Novocaine? Or I don't think you think the story is no, he didn't use laughing gas. I think the story is he didn't use because he lied. It's a memoir. Memoir. I started to write my memoir. You ready for the first? You want to hear the first thing?
Chapter 1. Why me?
I don't think I have that much, but I have close. Okay. You ready? You ready now?
Call me Ishmael.
Here we go. Every time I think about writing my memoir, I think of James Fry, who wrote a memoir called 1 Million Little Pieces about his drug use. But it turned out that he made up some stuff. He said he had dental work done without Novocaine. He was found... There's more. There is more.
Yeah.
I'm not going to read more.
Good.
Because every time I try and think of a memoir, I'm like, you're just going to write with the funny way that you think. It's like sign language, right?
I don't know.
Language.
I don't know. How is it like
you have read that. You've read sign language, SEIN language. It was horrible. I think it's Jerry's first book.
Yeah.
Why was it? Well, it's really kind of like why was 5 mad at 6 because 7, 8, 9. It's that kind of a tone to it.
Yeah.
Or like the Woody Allen horrible books he used to write, which were like delightful romps. I have to admit now, I never enjoyed those kind of.
I liked at the time. I liked like Without Feathers and books like that.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. You know what? Let me finish. That's the kind of stuff that he should be doing more now of. I still can't believe that Louis C.K. wrote a part for him and wanted him to do a part of a filmmaker who has went after young women.
Hey, it got him the Mark Twain Prize gig.
Isn't that? Do you think Louis says? Be honest with me. Do you think Louis goes, God damn it! Now I'm never going to get that Twain Prize. The closest I am is going to go to Bill Maher or somebody. You know that he wants that Twain Prize too. Sure. He would take it tomorrow.
Yes, he would.
He would go back to the...
Never the twain he'll meet.
He would go back to Riyadh tomorrow. Some of these guys will go back to... These guys who said, oh, I'll tell you why I'm going to the Riyadh Festival. The only person who was honest about it was Pete, whose father was killed in 9/11.
Yeah.
And he said the money was too good to turn down. At least he was honest about it. I still don't respect it that much, but it's honest.
Yeah.
Because I think didn't he make enough money before, didn't Pete, what's his last name?
Davidson.
Yeah. Didn't he make enough money before? Did he really need to go to Riyadh? Oh, this really does bring it all home for me. That's how I would feel.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at the facts of the matter, you got people who went and made $1.5 million for a gig and took shit for about a week and a half.
Right. But here's what I'm saying to you. I think what you're saying to me is a true statement about humankind.
Yes.
Right? But I think it would have been, they should have said nothing about it. Because what the fuck are you? But to be saying, I really think I was there because I think it's exciting. There were people who said, I think it's exciting to have, to be part of it.
Right.
Part of bringing this fantastic comedy.
Sure.
To people here. I feel, there were people who went that route. I think even Louis C.K., Aziz Ansari even went that route.
I think
I'm doing something.
I think Burr did too.
Yeah. You know what? I think Bill Burr said, what are we talking about? We torture people. Well, maybe that wasn't him. But someone must have used that argument. We're torturing people. Does that stop me from playing at Gitmo?
You're thinking of Donald Trump.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, this book that goes back and shows you the history, and I think we talked about this before, but it makes you realize I'm the idiot for even thinking that something smarter would come along. I'm the moron. It's not hard to.
What
it's
book
not
are you
hard
talking
to.
About?
The one I just read was John Wayne and Jesus,
Uh-huh.
about how he just lined up all of these evangelicals, and they just loved it. For me to ever think, oh, I don't think the evangelicals will love him. And, well, there are evangelicals who hate him, but the point is that
John Wayne. Are we talking about? Who are we talking about?
No, evangelicals who hate Trump.
Oh, okay.
Or evangelicals who hate John Wayne, too. I mean, it's a part of the evangelical movement that does not believe in any of these things, but it's a very small percentage who believes that you shouldn't be sexually assaulting people if you're the president. Some of them believe this.
Uh-huh.
The evangelicals believe. He seems like one of the worst people in the world. I don't think I can vote for him. There's about 20% of evangelicals who think that way. And I'm not even sure what I mean by evangelicals, except I know what I mean. I am suspicious of any religion where you talk. At first, when I heard the different tongues, I have to admit, I was not impressed, but maybe cracked up by any religion that's based on that. I would say there's a lot of fraud, because yes, maybe someone could communicate to you.
God loves scat.
Satan. I mean, you just heard that guy they always make fun of, or he was like a famous guy for a couple of years. He was one of those guys. Yeah.
It's cool.
You've heard that, right?
Sure.
Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! That would be how I would do it. Get out! Oh! Okay, you be the
You're like
preacher,
that to the dentist, though.
You're the preacher. You come down, and I'm there at your revival. Now you're trying to convince me. Oh, Josh, come save me. Save me. Ha-sa-so. Ha-sa-sa-sa-so. Is that it, Josh? So.
I don't. You're playing both roles. I don't have any fun.
No, you could play this role, Andy. No, I don't see you as the guru. I see me as the guru, if any of us are.
Don't say guru. That's devil's work, is the gurus.
What is that? I think you got confused there. I happen to have a guru.
Well, then Jesus hates you.
I think you're taking some of these evangelical, some of the too literally. Some of these people. Also, I love that they're called charismatic, because they are. There's something charismatic about a guy going, yes, ha, ha, ha. Oh, oh. I feel like I'm very good at this because it's doing nothing specific.
Yeah.
I think I've nailed it down.
You have.
In many ways. Here's another thing I'm going to tell you, Josh. How you lie to me. I tell you this all the time. We always go past 10 o'clock because I'm so funny on Mondays.
Uh-huh.
I'm still buzzed from the weekend.
Right.
And I come in fucking hot, coming in hot. I almost wish I was you, being able to choose between genius and genius that has smacks of my mouth around it.
You know what I'm doing now? I'm hanging up in tongues. Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop.
Gonna take a little break. Gonna take a little break now. Gonna take a little break.
Gonna take a little break now. Gonna take a little break. Please stop talking for a moment. Take a little break now. Gonna take a little break. Please stop talking. Gonna take a little break. If it's in your power, break now. Gonna take a little break. Just stop talking for a minute. Take a little break now. Take a little break so I can stomach another hour. Take a little break now. Take a little break.
Okay, but how about if I go like that? Slightly more down?
Hard to say when you change it and then are silent.
Hard to... Imagine me during actual sound checks where I wouldn't. Why do we have to do sound 1, 2? Why do we have to do that? Why can't we do 1, 2?
I don't even know what sibilance means.
Yeah, what do they mean?
All right.
Hey, am I? And I used to say something like this: "Am I hurting you doing the thing?" It always was hurting. Okay, are we good?
It hurts, I tell you. We are good. Yes.
All right, I'm not starting again because I really think that was you're gonna find in the long range of things that was a hot, solid. You can even make opening pods. I've had this idea for a long time. Turns out it's not AI completely, but it takes out the middleman, us.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
And we record 25 openings. Then you 35 middle parts. And then random wild lines.
We feed it into yes and AI.
I know. I was having lunch with ChatGPT the other day, and I was saying,
"Motherfucker hasn't picked up a check yet."
I said, "Why are you so misunderstood? Why I think you're great," and he said, "I think you're great. Forget about it. Let's stop this right now, and let's focus on." I was wanting to get directions, ChatGPT, to Encino. What a wonderful question. I was wondering if I should take Ventura. Should you? I can't even believe that you could come up with that.
Someone of your Magellan-like directional sense nailed it.
It is unbelievable because the flattery always works. It always works on some level.
On some people.
Well, well, I know that there are people who are. There's some guy like Richard Dawkins who I hate. Maybe it's not him, but it can't be him. But he had a relationship.
You're thinking of Daryl Dawkins.
I don't remember who that is. Is that somebody who I say instead of I can't think of one NBA player, Mark Draymond, Desmond Draymond, Desmond. Dr. Dre.
Draymond Green, are you going for?
Yes, I was going, and I knew the name. I was just playing again. Aha! Still a classic. I think I could watch that movie tonight and laugh like a hyena.
Which movie?
Coming to America. I think that's the one where he does the classic joke. There's something wrong with my soup.
Yeah.
There's no spoon, sir. He says, try my soup. There's no spoon, sir. Aha! How come when it's an actual voice that's in my wheelhouse, I all of a sudden, you know what it is? It's because of you. You're judgmental.
It's kind of amazing that at 70 you still can't do an old Jew.
I'm just so scared of your Simon Cowell assaults on me over the years.
Yeah.
Like I'll send you a song. I said, hey, listen to this. What do you think? I like that you're singing. God, that hurt. I actually don't remember the exact wording. I like that you're out there.
I've got twice the wit at a millionth the pay of Simon Cowell.
No, I didn't mean. Let's not get stuck. I shouldn't have. I think it's the movie All in America where he says to Gary Marsh, I shouldn't have used a celebrity as a dividing line because he says I'm not some schmuck who came to see Wayne Newton. I like Wayne Newton. Oh. Yeah, I shouldn't have used the celebrity as a dividing line. And he was right in that case where that's a good scene because you really do hope that he gets his money back, and you really do feel like he's lost his money. His wife comes down in the middle of the night and lost in America, and their was supposed to be their honeymoon, was supposed to be their wedding night, and unbeknownst to Albert, she's a gambler, but a really terrible gambler, and she gambles every single thing, including.
Why are you synopsizing Lost in America?
Including...
Sorry. I got lost in America while you were doing
this.
The
next day. You got lost in what I was talking about. Yeah, did you ever think of that?
I did.
Yeah. I don't remember. Look, you'll have to... I live in the moment, as you know. I don't have
the instant, not even the moment.
Ooh, hello, tall guy. Yeah. So I can't remember what we were just talking about. If you can't,
we weren't. That's the problem.
That's not the problem.
You were talking.
Remember these kind of arguments? No, that's not the problem. You're the problem. I have two things to ask you. I mean, I know you don't work on the show during the time of Tuesday, like I do, clipping out things out of magazines, pasting headlines, threatening headlines to you that I put in individual. I will kill you.
Right. Yeah.
But I am constantly thinking, how could this fit into the show? How could this
sending
make
me
the show?
ransom notes without having anything.
And you better do it by 7. Will you stop? If you don't tell me in the next text what I should do by 7, I'm going to kill myself. I will kill you myself. Okay, I went with a bit. It was good at the beginning when we started. Now it's not good. And here's what you're dealing with. Andy Kindler, sober man. I would visit with the sober man.
Can't find the sober man.
It's like, to the degree that I am like, my mind is like a steel trap. To the degree to which I am capable of being on.
I think 100%. Your mind is more like a steel wool.
You know, anybody can just say funny things in between my 40-minute rants. Anybody can do that.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen better.
I'm looking for an ally, is what I'm looking for. Someone who's... All right, so here's 2 things coming in.
Try Megan Keister.
Here's 2 things Yeah, like you would ever be jealous of... I can't believe that while he's doing this show... At the same time, he does a thing with Megan Keister every 2 years on a Thursday. And then he's not ready on Friday. He's tired.
The backstabbers.
But how about the people who smile on your face?
They'll stab
Are those
you.
the backstabbers?
They'll stab. Backstabbing, stab.
But isn't it enough? Is that the same song as they smiling faces? That's a different song, right? Smiling faces, sometimes. And then there's the line that indicates that you can't trust them. That's a different song, right?
I think so.
Okay, but because you couldn't tell from my rendition?
I pretty much blew my wad on my backstabbers knowledge when I said,
the
backstabbers.
I think Smiling Faces... I think Smiling Faces is a better song. I mean, they're both good. And my songs have not been on the radio. But Smiling Faces, sometimes they don't tell the truth. It's something like that. It's more subtler than the guy you're trusting is going to stab you in the back, because he's a back. So here's a couple of things I have coming in. And I saved it. I didn't text you this. I could have texted you this and annoyed you during the week.
Yeah.
Because I always think, hey, he's going to love when I reach out to him. Hey, Josh, I'm walking down the street. Hey, Josh, I had a bagel. Hey, Josh, what's this?
Why imagine him being annoyed when I can see it?
I have no idea what Uncanny Valley means.
I had a feeling.
And I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I don't even remember what it was the punchline to.
Okay, I said, what part of Japan do they fry up their sushi?
Oh, yeah, because you showed a bad AI picture of sushi in a pan that a guy was making. And I said, the Uncanny Valley? And the Uncanny Valley is why didn't you just look it up?
Why don't I listen to you while you're talking now? And I didn't look it up. Why can't I look it now? Why can't I listen now?
Uncanny Valley is like when something is like an artificial human and like animating or something. It's the uneasy feeling of something being not quite real, but mostly real.
That's not yours though. That's not like first thought there.
An
You didn't patent that.
It's a phrase. That's why I used it, thinking, oh, he might know something. But
why would I? Okay. Now I'm not going to tell you in the future when I'm just going to Ed McMahon you. No matter what happens.
No, your heart or whatever you did with it, your like or whatever.
You knew.
I knew.
Meant nothing.
I knew.
You knew meant nothing. But don't you respect me? Well, there's nothing to respect, but at least I didn't bother you to say, I don't know what Uncanny Valley means.
No.
What does it mean? Can you tell me now?
Again, you're on the computer already. Just type it into the little bar.
I'll tell you why I didn't do it. The reason why I didn't do it, that would be good.
Just copy and paste it into the little bar from my little tweet.
Why don't you? You know what? The reason why we didn't do Sherman Oaks PI is that I don't have.
You have no curiosity.
I have no curiosity. That's right. Or if I did, I still. Because here's the thing: I thought it has to be some kind of pun or something like that.
Yeah. Well, it sort of was. I made it like an actual place in Japan. So
how about all? Yes, that worked for me. It was still lost. But what about these people what were they writing back about? They fry them up all the time in Japan. What are they saying?
I stopped looking after that. It's not like I follow the actual thread. I just do the part that shows up in mine.
Well, I am all over what you're posting about. Whenever I retweet for Friday, I automatically go down the thing.
Hey, let me see what he's up to.
Let me see if he's still better than me at this. I did realize one thing that I didn't realize. We have the same amount of posts. Or similar.
Wow. Yeah. So that really shows that I'm better than you if I have more followers.
No. It used to be you had less posts. You had even less posts.
Wow,
you had 4 posts and 30,000 people. You did 6 posts, you had 50,000. People find you delightful. People find me off-putting, off color. They find me
off base.
And they don't find me often for work. Good night, ladies. There comes the comedy show. Hi, I'm Andy Kidler, and I'm a comedian. Good night. Why would that be my theme song?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you want or do you not want to talk about the fact that I saw Lorne?
Oh, you did?
Yes.
I guess I want to talk about it.
Okay. I won't. I know. Here's the thing. I have to watch.
I don't really like talking about him with you because it's never fun. But,
okay, well, here's what I've realized.
There's some meat to this, I hope.
Well, what I've realized over the years is that my overwhelming feelings about Lorne spill over to you somehow, or no, spill into an argument all of a sudden, right? And so I'm, it's painful to have a discussion with me. All of these things are true, right?
Sure.
Or in your view, or in your view, just admit that the guy, he's a major producer. I don't think he's produced anything. He's a producer of a show for 50. Not in my ears.
Yeah, I'm not willing to give him 100% dismissal.
Right, exactly. So keeping that all in mind and keeping that I might be slightly biased, I thought it was the worst. I have never seen a worse documentary than Lorne.
Okay.
And the fact that
seems like hyperbole still, but
it was just boring. First of all, it's bad enough that he doesn't even know why he didn't have Shane Gillis on to begin with, but that he says, "Oh, he's the number one." He's like proud to present himself. It's like he was the number one comic in the world. So that's why you had Trump. So that's why you had all these people, right? But the thing is, why do we want to see Shane Gillis in the documentary about Lorne? Why? Because Lorne doesn't know the difference between Shane Gillis and Bill Hader in a certain. I mean, I know he does, but he doesn't. He doesn't really know.
But he's not having Shane Gillis on because he likes Shane Gillis's comedy. He's having him on because it's a big name in pop culture at that moment.
But he even
I'm not saying right or wrong. I'm just saying that's how he's evaluating it.
But he even said more than that, because he does lie about the past. He said that it wasn't his idea to get rid of him. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know. It happened so fast. Shane Gillis. Like, I don't even know why we got rid of him. He never addresses the fact that the guy used the C word for Chinese people on a podcast. He never addresses it, as if he didn't know what it was, and I don't think he does know what it is. And so, here's the thing. When you're somebody who has kept people waiting for 2 hours for every meeting in your entire life, and made people miserable as they sit in your outer office like clockwork, like 2 hour, 3 hour late clockwork. And you're supposed to have me believe it's because you're so involved in the show that you're probably over Sherry O'Terry's crying or something like that, or at craft services. The fact that he literally doesn't do anything except throw ice into, when they showed the behind the scenes, I couldn't think of one thing he said that had anything to do with anything useful about the show. And all he was basically saying was, don't film me. It's like basically from the beginning, what are you doing this for? Well, why are they doing this for? At some point, it's a vanity project. I know you might say, well, it wasn't his idea. Yeah, he loved it. For a guy who doesn't want to,
say what you want, but don't have my end of the conversation too. I know you're going to say, but don't do that. And then keep going.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Okay,
fair enough. And then everything else I thought was just boring. I thought it was just so boring, and we learned nothing about him. It was like, not only does it sound horrible that he goes to the same. That's fine. I could be a person who goes to the same restaurant every week, right? I could see myself, but that you drag the cast or whoever wants to go there and they're all uncomfortable, and they even say on camera that they're uncomfortable with it. And then my question is, why are you filming it? Why are you filming Steve Martin and Lorne Michaels? So maybe this isn't his fault. Maybe it's just it really was indeed a bad documentary. Or maybe he's so well known for what he's known for, as he says in the documentary, as I've said a million times, we're not ready by 11:30. The show starts at 11:30. So I just think on that level, it was just, and believe me, if it had been interesting, I think I would have enjoyed it. But it was just people like, a group of guys who are, I love all these guys, Bill Hader and all these people are trying to laugh about him, and then people are giving compliments to him. But the compliments to me still seem like, I know this guy had a lot of power over me, and I should probably love him. Now, not that Tina Fey probably does love him, and there are people who do love him. But I think I'm done with my side. I'm not going to say, now I know you're going to say, yeah, wrong. I won't do that.
Okay, good.
I'm not going to continue. Good.
Yeah, I haven't seen the doc, so.
Wow, I can't even believe this. Look at me. Why? I'm in the why. I was so sure you were giving me the stink eye of Documentary Man. I could see the beret on you.
No, I was just letting you go. I have not seen the doc.
All right. Well, you see it and you tell me. I was actually surprised how bad it was, except I realized he's a terrible subject for a documentary.
Well, I think that's more the point, but I think if you came away with all the things that you came away, I mean, I don't think if you came away with like, what a boring old man, that doesn't make it a bad doc. It just makes it what the info is.
Right. I mean,
my opinion, I read that book, so I'm not like anxious to go.
Susan Morrison was in the film too.
Yeah. I mean, I thought the book was fine, but I now know, enough things.
Every fact.
I know enough, it's like, I like enough has been confirmed and very little was changed in my opinion, but, but that dynamic is unique to that show and his universe,
Right.
So that's why it's interesting to me, but I don't know that it's interesting to me twice, but I'll watch it because it's a doc.
Yeah.
But the thing about him that I come away with is that the caricature of him is the same as him.
It's him. Yeah. There's no difference.
There isn't emotional
He's
depth
not self-aware.
To him. His answers after 50 years are all little tape loops that he drops, and he even is aware of it, but he doesn't change them, and, like I said, I can't 100% dismiss him because he's created this thing that even you still watch, for 50 years.
I watch it. Yeah, I continue to watch it. Yes.
Whether it's good or bad or whatever, it's interesting that this one guy has had this thing for half a century to me.
Can't argue with that.
I think he's a big fucking windbag, The only thing that suggests that there's more to him is the quality of his friends. You know,
this is what bothers me. Who's one of my heroes?
Like at pick 3, and he's one of their best friends: Steve Martin, Paul McCartney, and Paul Simon.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Paul Simon, Simon Garfunkel, like, you know, up there with Dylan for me. And to know that he gets up in the morning and he goes over to Lauren's house every morning.
Well, but have you ever gotten the feeling in 50 plus years watching Paul Simon that he's anything but like emotionally hollow and distant as well, and that his emotion all comes into his art, you know?
Yeah, it all goes into his art, and there's so much depth to it that does make you think he's like the most self-aware person in the world. But the thing is, I think I need to have empathy. I realize I need to have empathy, whether it's for people who are believing QAnon. I need to have, and not even looking down my nose empathy. He's a friend of his. He likes him. They're really good friends. Right. I saw them up in Mohawk.
You hate him because he's a gatekeeper. You know?
Yeah. Why I hate Lorne Michaels is because he's a gatekeeper, and because I auditioned for the show and wrote for the show. But didn't get it.
But my opinion is, yes, he's a gatekeeper, but he's a gatekeeper to his own estate. You know what I mean?
And this nice one, he has a blueberry farm up in Maine that seems beautiful.
One would think.
Actually, that part
you say the phrase "blueberry farm in Maine," no one goes ew.
He that is actually an interesting part about him, is where he went away for 5 years, and he like communed with nature. But you're not going to like any of this because they do. Gee, how do I portray it if I don't have anything else? Maybe I'll go animated. Maybe I'll animate it. Right?
Yeah.
So there's tons of animations with someone doing his voice. I don't think it's him.
Right.
And so you have all of that where you could learn something. So to me, the joke is almost, what am I going to say? I think it's the filmmaker, whoever that was, making a joke. Like, what the fuck am I going to?
Well, it's not a joke. The joke is, I mean, the actual problem with making a documentary is if you want to put information in, there has to be some visual there. And if Lorne Michaels didn't take 1 million pictures of himself at his blueberry farm in those 5 years, then you got nothing to put on screen. So you have to create something, you know?
Yes. That's true.
And animation is the most direct representation. I mean, I get why people do it. It just has become so hacky, you know?
Yeah, it doesn't bother me as much.
And I don't even mind if they do it in a stylish way or with some consistency throughout the film. But if you just use it to solve one problem,
they use it for 4 or 5 problems.
Okay, it's just a question of style then to me.
Yeah,
but that's the problem. That's why a Revolutionary War documentary is more boring than a World War II documentary, because there's only paintings and, you know, there's nothing to show that's actual.
Well, then they have the guy who I liked the book. I think it was an audio book, the oral history of something with Saturday Night Live. I remember it was kind of popular. He was on there, but all he does is just say how great Lorne is. Lorne's so great. This guy is so great. So you had, and even Susan Morrison was like, how great. He's just great in many ways. And the stuff they showed of him from Canada, he does look like he was the least funniest act. And they keep showing this. I think this is actually an inside joke. They keep showing him doing this act with the guy, his partner's doing a beaver.
Uh-huh.
And he's, and it looks like the worst thing you've ever seen. I do think people are always trying to get back at him, no matter what the project is. There's always if not get back at him, make fun of him in a healthy way.
Well, it's their way. It's like Mel Brooks making fun of Hitler to them.
Those are your words. But, yeah. And the other thing was like, well, why that I have to look at it myself. I'm not going to be, it's probably hard for me to enjoy a documentary about someone who I hate. Whereas if it was someone who I didn't know, if it was like, tonight we're going to learn about Lorne Schmenke. For 50 years, he was the head person at the, whatever factory or something, I would watch it. I can watch a documentary about anything, really.
Yeah.
But this is too much. It's too much of my own stuff coming in. And then when you see Adam Sandler and you see, just the whole thing made me a little ill.
Yeah.
but for all the reasons you're saying, and no objective reasons, except that Jay Kogan is delighted, and Jay, I hope you're listening, that you are, please defend me this way. You are delighted by my anger. Many people who haven't been exposed to me week in and week out with the same angry garbage, the same garbage-like approach, the same kind of like a petty approach to life that I have. It wears on you. But for Jay, it's delightful.
Yeah. Well,
So I do think that my anger at Lawrence.
He's got a "there but for the grace of God" thing going.
No, unless he's lying to me. And he's just the type of person who would lie. No, he's saying he appreciates that part of, and I could probably back this up with ChatGPT too, if I couldn't get it from Jay.
Sure.
What I do is delightful.
Absolutely.
I turn everything upside down.
Sure.
I make you say who.
Sure. I can only say it's all about dosage.
What does that mean? Like on the,
I mean, I get
yes. I thought I was thinking of weed and Adderall and Provigil.
That factors in too, but
there's something. I do feel a little bit of. I guess my feelings are hurt in a way. No, yes, because about the truth that you're unveiling. Yes, about you and the truth that you're unveiling.
Okay.
Which I think, and I don't like the way it makes the public now look at me, even though it's true. But the idea that more time with me, I wouldn't wear so well.
Okay, well let's get your wife on the line and see if she backs me up.
She is biased against me, right? Well, that's all I did. Did you see anything? Anything going on?
Andy plus time equals tragedy is the equation. I saw a good doctor.
That's the opposite of the original thing. Andy plus time equals that's not good enough for a album title. I think I know my album title, which is going to be Fall Risk, which I still kind of like.
I think it's good.
Yeah, and James Adomian is the one who said.
I legit think it's a funny title for an old comic.
Well, how funny is it when I say I'm doing a spin-off of the Fall Guy? It's the Fall Risk guy, and there's literally I don't think anybody knows.
That cheapens it. I would just use it and then do some actual material about where you're at in your life instead of wordplay.
No. I have jokes that I think are funny where they're based on that nobody can get them. Like I say, Roy Rogers was triggered by his horse. So if you're under 50, you don't know who Roy Rogers is. If you're over 80, you don't know what triggered means. So I think that's a legitimate joke. And I'd like to put a couple more. I wouldn't like to put a couple more, but I'm saying very funny. It's acerbic. And,
well, you sure know how to present it funny.
Look. Where's your goddamn where's Chunks 2? Where's Chunks goddamn 2?
It's in the works. I got a gig in September. I have to headline Cold.
Oh, you're going to claim you're closer than me. You're closer than me to it.
By September, I will be.
I don't. Okay. You know what, Mr. Big Shot?
Yeah.
Let's each tape a special at the same club night, and then let's compare. And then you know what we'll do? We'll do a special podcast at the show.
Here's my prediction. Mine will be better, but sell less.
Wait, I'm not supposed to laugh at that. Here's my, I love Mark Maron.
Sure.
I love him.
Sure.
But I started to get very envious in the middle of like one of these, he's checking in with you. Yeah. I don't know. Look, 2 shows Phoenix sold out, but you know what? There is tickets for this thing.
I don't know what
I'm
you're
selling out.
about,
He's going on tour and he's selling out everything. And he's saying those shows, like, he's saying, he's selling out these rooms and he's just doing incredibly well and he's making new albums and all this stuff. And he's talking about, now, if you want to get in, try the Sunday matinee. There's never been a time in my life that I've had to go on to the air to tell people, look, I got a lot of dates, get in early.
Yeah.
So I started to get a little envious during it when he was just going, man, what else? Got 4 dates at the Elysian. It's just.
Is he still doing it? I thought he wasn't doing it. What was he doing this on?
Oh no, he just people unlike us do video updates. That's how they do it on. Even if they have nothing to say, which is what I'm trying to do, but I always end up doing an ad for Cameo. Yeah. Whereas instead, I should go, "Hey, it's me, Andy Kinley. You know what the fucking problem is with this Trump? Blah 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 blah." Punchline.
So people are just like doing cameos to the world.
Well, that's the only way Instagram works, is that you have to have moving images. I can get reactions from a still picture and a joke underneath it. But basically, I should be doing this when I book a big tour like his. When I have 3 shows.
Sure.
Because you go, I got the shows in Helium. The shows in Helium in Portland. Oh man, they were so great. Now, I love Portland, and I also loved Helium. Had trouble with every show. There hasn't been one city. Maybe Acme. Well, no, not true. But it's not. I've never gone into a situation like he's going into now. I couldn't believe it. 3 nights in Fayetteville, guys, you were great. It's never going to be my. I think I'm done with this topic.
Well, your big mistake was not having a more successful podcast.
You don't think career in general?
No, overall you did okay, I think.
But why?
You just never. You just don't try. You don't try that hard.
No, but I do.
These people you're envious of, they're trying really hard. They're trying.
No, that's absolutely true.
Hard.
No, he is trying hard, and he's also scared of getting old and dying. And he's younger than me.
Yeah,
I think he could be 10 years younger than me, for all I know.
No, he's older than 60.
Okay, but he is, and don't think I haven't been approaching 70 with a certain amount of trepidation. And the trepidation takes this form.
How else would one approach it?
This is the way the trepidation takes form. Well, okay, someone died at 80. That's pretty good. But is that how I'm going to feel at 78? All right, 2 more years. Someone died at 85. Well, that sounds... But the end is coming, is the idea. If you don't realize that the end is coming, it is coming now. When I used to think it was coming when I was in my 20s, because I thought I hit somebody in the car. Or the world would get blown up. Now I know that even if Trump doesn't blow up the world, my days are numbered. The ticking of the clock is going. But I don't want to go out that way, Josh.
Well, you're talking to a guy who's more like the end could come any moment for everybody. So I don't.
Right.
I've seen enough young deaths to know that waiting the clock out isn't the only way it can end. You don't
have to get into the prediction game of when I'm going to kick off.
Not. That's what I'm saying. Is you can't.
You can't. And here's the other thing: is that you get into is
Mel Brooks is a fucking 100 years old.
Right. The thing is, my image of myself is as I go older and older and older, I will become increasingly more agitated and scared, which I don't think is true. I think I'm going through an old life crisis right now.
Sure.
Right. I don't think that every birthday is going to bring that on, because no birthday that I've ever had made me think I was old until 70's coming up. Even though I knew I was old.
Yeah, you were fooling yourself till now.
Yeah, I was old.
Sure.
But
no, I don't think that human beings are wired to become more and more fearful of death.
Right. Yes, you're right. And I think that's, but I know you're going to think, yeah, but if there's anybody who could get more fearful.
I think it happens. It happens, and
yes.
I say rage against the dying of the light.
Well, and OCD is nothing but just living in fear. So even it's like, what if I could probably spend half my life going, what if I had ALS? What if I had this or that?
Yeah.
And so obviously it's all projection. It's a projection until I actually get ALS, or if that method works of me going, how come I haven't gotten it? Right. Maybe today. So I think OCD is almost worse than getting a disease, but then I won't say that when I get the disease.
Well, I just watched, speaking of people who turned 70, I was watching the Robin Bird documentary the other night, which is on HBO Max.
Tell me who, I know the name.
Robin Bird is a New York City Channel J legend. She used to have the Robin Bird Show, which was...
Oh, okay. I do remember that. But I don't think...
porn performers and stripper, and it was, it was very friendly adult entertainment on public access. But she was, she was pretty legendary. I know that because I didn't live in New York and I saw her show, you know.
You saw a show in New York?
I saw it when I was in New York, but I also saw it elsewhere. I think for some reason, I think they may have like syndicated it to other public access in LA or whatever, but I saw it several times. And she's, it was an annoying juvenile kind of show. You know, it was totally sex positive and it was way ahead of its time, starting in the 70s. But the doc is well done and she's a person that it's like, I like her so much more at 70. Like she's such a cool 70-year-old or 69-year-old for most of the movie. Than the energy, although it was really it was a lovely energy she put out and it connected with tons of people and especially, you know, people in the queer community and people, you know, and, you know, sex workers and, you know, it was like 100% positive thing, her show.
That's cool.
Say.
Yeah.
And she had to fight censorship and stuff as the 80s came on. But it's a good doc and she's a very,
what's it called?
It's called Robin Bird, B-Y-R-D, Let Me Bang Your Box or something like that. She used Baby Let Me Bang Your Box as her closing song. So.
Right. Where's it on?
On HBO Max.
Shut up. Stop getting mad at me everything. Even when I'm asking good questions.
No, I just told you already, so I was so deliberately telling you.
Okay, will you finally tell me where you can see it? I know you said it was on cable.
And her husband has dementia in the movie too, so.
Oh, wow. Are these all warnings of it? No. So that sounds great.
No, it's a good doc. I liked it. Let's go to questions.
I think so. If not now, then when?
It's time for questions. What do you want to know? We love your questions so much. It's half our show. Half our show.
Do you have plans for the 4th, by the way?
Yes, I'm going to be doing my taxes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
what are you doing?
So no, you're not doing anything, is what you're saying.
I'm not doing anything. What is your doing?
I'm not doing anything, but I was going to ask if you wanted a rack of ribs because you've been whining to me lately about how I don't cook for you anymore.
Are you having like a party?
No, I'm just making some ribs, and I bought an extra rack.
Oh, I think. Only if you. I would love that.
Okay.
Does that mean we don't have to do anything on July 4th now? Probably. Well, no, it's not. It's not. When's it going to be ready? Should I come by today? Is today Friday?
Today's Friday.
All right.
The 3rd.
All right. Don't set off I hate you with the firecrackers every year, and it's not funny. There's nothing funny about you. It was a cherry bomb.
I make my dog set them off, which is the worst.
What kind of ribs are they? Not that I'm being choosy, but what are they?
St. Louis style spare ribs.
Oh, that means beef, right?
No, pork.
Oh, it's still great. I mean, I love pork. I loved pork when I was a kid in Chinese restaurants, but it was always red.
Yeah.
Red and white.
This will have a little smoke ring to it, but it won't be artificially red.
Right. I don't want you to do that. And then here's the ice cream I'd like to go with it. If you could do like a.
Dan Marsh says, "Hey guys."
Thank you, Josh, in advance. I'm so excited.
I'm so glad. We'll be in touch about the timing.
Yes. What's the secret of a good comedian? Timing.
Ignoring. Dan Marr says, "Hey guys, what's the worst act you've ever shared a stage with?" Boy, I've done a lot of open mics in my early life, so.
What's the worst? I think it was I think Rufus was the worst because I was with him for 2 weeks. And that was the guy who did Rufus and My Name's Rufus. And he was the bit, right? He started out with ba-da. He had the crowd sing, and he would get mad. Like, look, this guy won't clap to another guy. Can't. Look at me. I'm stuck up here trying to, and it's like, shit happens. He opened up with that, and he closed with, you ever going out on the dance floor and all of a sudden, there's a butt head out there? And that's when he had the butt head.
Uh-huh.
And I've told the story many times. I was drinking Scotch whiskey or whatever I had to get through that.
It was
last
not
few
Scotch
days.
whiskey, I assure you.
It wasn't. It was probably bad pot and whatever I was doing. And he jumped up and hit his head on the ceiling, and he started to bleed during his closer.
And I spit out my grasshopper.
It wasn't, knowing that he wasn't really hurt, but just.
Sure. Just a flesh wound.
It was so good.
That's pretty great.
Yeah, 2 weeks with him, too.
Wow.
Dave Tribble run. Nice.
That's a special kind of hell you've described there. Lots of time in the car together between gigs?
Yes. And he was, if it's true, which I don't think it wouldn't be true, he was a Vietnam vet.
Yeah.
An angry I mean, I felt bad for him in many ways, except for his act.
I worked with
that just shows how many people could make money back in that boom time.
Yeah.
How did he end up as a comic, is what most people would think.
Well, there was a lot of guys who were, they were making $1,500 a week. They didn't, I'm not certain they actually had a home.
That's true.
But they weren't living with a big overhead. You knew that.
I can't believe I was ever like, oh, why is he
usually alimony was involved, probably.
Yeah. And I should never have been even wondering, okay, why is he doing better in these one-nighters?
But what doesn't, I mean, I'm sure it does exist, but there was like an entire generation of bar comics.
Yes.
Whose act really was tailored to play in a one-nighter in a medium or small town bar.
And that would be John Fox, really, right?
Yeah, a ton of guys, and there was a skill, some guys were sort of artful in their hackdom.
Right.
Some people had some style at least to doing it the way they did it and could really own a room regardless of whether they had good or mediocre material.
Right.
But some people just had that kind of leadership that was compelling to people.
The show.
Yes. I never had that. I still don't really have that.
Yeah, it requires too much confidence, which I don't have comedically. Yeah. That's not my comedic thing.
And it's and I think there's a neediness too that's in there, but it's camouflaged,
Yeah.
Whereas ours is naked.
Would you say Greg Ray was a
Greg Ray was
a hybrid? Maybe he was.
I mean, I would call him a club comic, which is sort of a notch above that.
Right.
Right. But same sort of thing. It was a charisma play more than a comedy play.
So true. I wish I had known then what I knew now, or something like that. Against the Wind.
Dan Marsh also says, Andy, you've been in therapy for quite a while now. Pause for Josh to sigh. What's the closest you came to quitting? Have you ever come close to quitting?
No, but the closest I came was that my therapist said, you probably don't need 2 days a week anymore.
Yeah.
Way before I was going to say it.
Yeah.
But she ultimately was right.
That's good.
Yeah. But no, I don't feel, I feel like it's an ongoing thing. Because it works for me in the format. So I really, it's still very, very helpful.
Sure. And what better proof than the Lorne documentary?
You wish you had my emotional depth.
I wish I did. Not everything that comes along with it, but, I wish I could feel.
I wish I could feel something.
K-Pants VP says, during the 4th of July when I was a kid, my grandfather would sneak up behind us kids, lighting our ground bloom flowers or ladyfingers and fire off a round from his 10 gauge shotgun into the air. Quite bracing that. I read that poorly, but what he's saying is Grandpa came while they were shooting off little fireworks. He came up with a fucking shotgun.
And that shooting in the air can kill people, right?
Yes.
Does it normally?
Although a shotgun, shot's it's gonna spray.
Oh, I see.
Ow, Grandpa! So your grandpa was fucking Yosemite Sam, is what you're saying. Andy and Josh, what's a favorite and/or traumatic Independence Day memory for you? We were with our parents at our parents' friend's house. And we were friends with their kids too, and we were fucking around with fireworks, like sneaking around, trying to throw like smoke bombs where the adults were talking and stuff. And the cops pulled up. Someone called the cops on us.
And so what happened?
They talked to our parents. They gave our parents a talking to.
And did your parents know
I
that you were
remember
doing
my brother like panicking, or maybe it was Steve, the son of the other people, like panicking, and we had like it was in like this toolbox. All the things were in the toolbox. They're like, throw it under the car, like slide it under the car as soon as the car came out. It's like the most obvious lame ass way. That the cops were like, "What's it? Could you get that for me?"
I'm more thinking
I
just
was
not.
I was like 6 or 7 at this time.
Wow.
So I was like, couldn't believe all this shit was happening.
I remember when my cousin Carl would come over. It was fun because he had like sparklers and little things like that.
My dad liked fireworks more than me.
See, that's not to name drop, but that's what I do. Bing, bang, bang. Fred Willard at the Fred Willard house, they loved him every year.
My dad,
and they were in Encino.
Toby Huss likes the fireworks a lot. And he has a big parking lot outside his art studio. So sometimes after a poker game, there'll be a display.
I still think it's not something. I know I'd be the guy that is totally safe, and somehow it's going to literally backfire on me.
I just never. I never liked just things that go bang.
No.
Very much. And my love of fireworks displays did not come with me to adulthood.
Right. Although if you was one outside the window, you would look.
I would look, but I wouldn't. Yes. I wouldn't drive.
No, you wouldn't.
I wouldn't drive and park and spread out a blanket for it.
Well, I remember in summer camp they would do July 4th every year, which was pretty exciting around this lake.
Yeah.
And when after a bunch of beautiful fireworks, when they do the single boom, it is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what's going to happen. They go, but I'm not looking for that rush now.
No.
No, I don't even go. I don't go roller coasters. I don't bungee. Did you see the person who bungee? I mean, it's terrible, but the person who bungee jumped and died.
No.
They're literally, God bless everybody, but they're, hey, and they throw her off. They don't have the thing on her.
It's pretty funny.
But just the idea of that they got a lot of it right. The ceremonial thing, the cheering.
Did they literally not attach it at all?
Didn't attach it. Didn't attach it at all.
Like put it on her and didn't buckle it, or didn't even put it on her?
I don't think they put it on her.
Wow.
At all.
That's oof.
So they got very excited about
That's gross incompetence.
And I've always told these people who have bungee games, like I have friends who do this all the time, you got to get some insurance and also get a procedure. Check. Bungee cord on. Check. Yes. Every time. I know it gets boring.
An actual checklist, yes. Yeah, that's awful and hilarious.
If anybody was related to that person who listens to the show, I find that odd.
Derek Murray Oliver says, saw the Devo documentary on HBO recently. I think I have to correct you on that. I think it's on Netflix. It occurred to me that the band members were all versions of Andy. Nervous, a bit angry, but just bloody good at what they do.
That is I'll take that compliment.
Your nervous, angry thoughts on this comparison?
I'll take it.
There you go.
Me or you?
Huh?
I would love to be compared to Devo. I mean, I never really, I always enjoyed them, but I didn't love them until the doc.
Yeah.
Are they still around? No.
I think they are occasionally around. I think
a village person died.
It's true. The head village person.
Did Donald Trump say anything, or?
I think he might have.
Yeah. Does Donald Trump know it's there? It's like a gay.
He does. He does know that. Yes, I've heard him. I've heard him reference that fact before.
Oh, okay. So he's not anti-gay.
That's how I think that's probably what he's hoping you'll infer from that.
Yes.
Pickles.
Thank you for using infer correctly. The speaker implies and the listener infers.
I know. Obviously, I know.
You used it.
Right. Pickles says, so if I'm to understand this correctly, a couple of boomer birders let loose some sort of virus that's going to make us shit ourselves to death.
Who did what?
Boomer birders.
What is that?
I'm not sure. This is from a month ago, so it could be the huntavirus. I don't know what he's talking. Oh. Stephen Elton Yates says...
sounds scary, whatever that was.
Please, don't interrupt Stephen Elton Yates.
I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
Huge Scranton Strummers gig on Saturday, opening the Rising Strawberry Moon Festival at the Madison Surf Club. We crushed with a medley of patriotic tunes and standards. Good luck following that, Madison Middle School Jazz Band.
I love when Stephen Elton Yates gets competitive about his various bands.
Yeah,
he's in your face.
By the way, Stephen, the phrase is "follow that, motherfuckers."
Yes, no, don't say that. He will say that to the middle school kids. Hey, did he give him the middle finger?
Tripahara says, Josh, if your dogs had humanish voices, what would they sound like? Hi to Andy. You know, my first two dogs, Larry and Clyde, both had distinctive voices in my head. Lucky has enough of a voice of her own as a dog. Like she's a Basenji mix, so she has like a lot of vocalizations going on that I haven't assigned her a human voice.
Wow.
And Cody goes back and forth. Sometimes I'll whimsically give him the Carlos Aldos Rocky Chihuahua voice. Sometimes he'll be a little more dopey because for a small dog, he's very laconic. He's like he's like everything is sort of begrudging.
Do you still squirt him? Does he still need to be squirted?
That's been years.
Why is that gone?
Because he got better.
Oh, he realized that he was in a safe area.
Yes. No, he's an excellent little man now.
Oh, that's so delightful.
Granted, I think a lot of it had to do with removing his testicles, but nonetheless, his behavior is mostly optimal.
Is that? Oh, okay. I was going to ask if that should be done to me or something, but I don't think at this point.
What would be the point?
Well, it would make me more
virtually redundant.
Mild mannered. I'd be more mild mannered. It wouldn't be as aggressive.
Ramble Ron says, has either of you seen Fleabag? And if so, what did you think of it? I saw some of it, and I thought it was funny and good, and I didn't care.
I saw some of it. I saw one episode, and it looked like it was something that I would enjoy. But then I didn't get as into it as I thought I would, but I didn't go back and revisit it. So it could both be us.
Yeah, like I said, I thought it was funny and good. It just wasn't a trek I felt like going on at the time. Randy Woke Pride, Radical Left Scum, says, I don't know what to do anymore. And here's a clip of Trump the other day talking about how he talked to Teddy Roosevelt, which when he actually talked to an AI Teddy Roosevelt at the Teddy Roosevelt Library. So, I don't know what to do anymore. The guy is talking to an animated version of Teddy Roosevelt, dead for over 100 years, and he brags that he talked to Teddy Roosevelt. Okay, guys, where is the joke here? Has to be a good one. I don't know.
There is no joke anymore with it, right?
Teddy Roosevelt, there's got to be something about bullies.
So he went to an animatronic. He saw an animatronic.
Keep going.
Teddy Roosevelt?
No, I want to hear you finish this word.
Animatronic.
Yes,
that can't be it.
You did it.
It is? Animatronic.
Yes. Well, I don't know if it was animatronic, but it was an AI on a screen, probably.
Oh. And so he thinks he had an interaction with him?
He spoke as if he did, yes.
Oh, great. And I wouldn't think that I wouldn't overestimate his ability to actually think that's real. In his world, why is that not real? It's just like the people go, sir, and then the guy said, sir. We don't know why that is, sir.
Handsome Greg Kelly says, I have today off, so I thought I missed it. Now I get to hear my name recited by a comedy legend, and here's my question. How does a holiday like today make a difference for you guys, a couple of show business legends, and not necessarily 9-to-5 guys? The 4th of July, any different beyond the sound of fireworks? I'm not looking for a patriotism check, but how the actual calendar day makes a difference to a couple of jamokes like yourself.
It's never had much of an effect on me, July 4th. The only time I've ever enjoyed it is if I'm seeing a light, but it just doesn't, it almost has always depressed me since the U.S. Blues song by the Grateful Dead, which was based on the the centennial.
Right.
Is it the centennial? No, the bicentennial. Sorry. It's always made me feel queasy because I've always had. Unfortunately, I grew up during Vietnam, so I've always had mixed feelings about patriotism and about celebrating America.
All right, but that's exactly not his question. His question is, how does any national, for someone who doesn't work during the week and doesn't need a day off,
right?
Does a national holiday strike you as something special or just a different thing?
Well, of course, Christmas.
Yeah, well, that's different.
Yes.
That's different.
And Christmas, and I think I used
that's
to like...
That's about your religion.
And Thanksgiving. I just can't think of any holiday other than Thanksgiving and Christmas that I care about unless I'm not remembering something. Maybe Valentine's Day because my wife enjoys that thing.
Yeah.
But I think if I was working, I would see any national holidays as fun, right?
I would say, a year-long pandemic didn't really change my life. So a single day holiday really isn't going to throw me off my game all that much either.
Nobody was better.
I am deliberately making ribs. I'm doing some sort of, holiday appropriate activity at least. I'll also be editing a fucking podcast, which is completely inappropriate. So
I'll be deliberately eating your ribs too.
There you go.
Right. And then I'll start on the food you cook me.
Ooh. Daniel Bird Doctor says, Andy, would you be willing to do a cameo wishing Adam Sandler a happy birthday and congratulating him on his continued success? Not that Adam Sandler.
I would love to do it, but I don't. I think it sounds like a trick, a trap of some kind. Like if I see Adam Sandler now in my cameo thing, I'm going to think it's a trick.
Yeah.
By somebody who could be Delicious Mick, maybe Zeke Fossey is behind it. I don't know.
You don't think Daniel Bird Doctor has autonomy?
I don't remember. He doesn't have a history of wanting to prank me.
Yeah. Well, this could be his end.
So yes, and even if it's a prank, why am I not doing it? What's my argument for not doing it? For not taking $75? I can't think of anything. I rest my case.
Dan Wade what? Says, hey guys, I have one more Clive Davis anecdote. Back in the day, Curtis Stigers was signed on with Arista and contributed a song to the Bodyguard soundtrack. I like Curtis Stigers, and I miss him he was one of the people from Twitter who I went back and forth with quite a bit, and then we lost.
Wait, do I know him too?
Maybe.
Does he live in
up north somewhere, like Portland or something?
Oh, okay. Oh, he's not a singer? Is he a singer?
Singer, sax player.
Oh, okay. I think it's him. I
think
I'm embarrassed. Now I'm embarrassed because I do have a relationship. I thought I still had a relationship with him. But that was from Twitter.
You clearly do not.
It was from Twitter.
Yes.
He's made a lot of albums too, right?
Anyway, when the Bodyguard, yes, he has. When the Bodyguard won the Grammy for Album of the Year, there was an asterisk clarifying what the award only applied. There was an asterisk clarifying that the award only applied to the Whitney Houston songs on the album. Just an unbelievable level of petty from Clive.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to go. I thought he was going after Curtis, who's a sweet man.
No.
Is Clive still dead?
Clive is still dead.
I was in his theater, the Clive Davis Theater.
Clive, for the most part, got out with a pretty positive and intact reputation for a music mogul, I thought.
Yes.
And I have no doubt that there were a million sort of petty, vindictive little things like that along the way because that's the business.
Well, not to the level of David Gett.
But I was like, I noticed aloud. I was talking to Marvin Etzioni the other day, and he was, that he really got out with a beloved reputation for somebody who was such a power broker. I mean, he had like a big payola-y scandal and stuff back when he got kicked out of Warner Bros. And started Arista.
He wasn't guilty of that, though. I heard that he was not guilty of that.
Yeah, well, whatever the case, it didn't seem to stick with him as a first paragraph obituary item.
Yeah. And maybe he had good taste, maybe?
I think he did. And what it was interesting about him to me is that he like taught himself to have like deliberately set out to tune his
enjoy
taste,
things,
you know, and realize that the job, if done well, you know, as it was back in the day by some, involved taste, you know.
Right. Well, most people who have that much power are capable of having, you know, tantrums and all that kind of stuff. David Geffen had great taste, but I think him suing Neil Young hurt him suing Neil Young because he didn't think Neil Young put a good enough album out.
Yeah.
That pierced his thing a little bit.
A little bit.
But he has great taste. Taste guy. But none of them are Mo Ostins, who I didn't know, but people have said was wonderful. No, Clive has a good. No, I think what you're saying about Clive is there's something about it. There's a couple of guys like him who you go, oh, that guy had. Was he the one who? Hey 19. Oh, didn't he? Aretha Franklin was one of his. I thought was.
Yes, was a Clive. You have to think of the Steely Dan song to think of Aretha Franklin.
Hey 19.
Flores 77 says, hello, boys. When it comes to the heat of our stars, do you feel that Josh Gad has returned to normal levels?
Oh, was he a big star?
I don't know that he was ever a huge star. And they continue, and does this give you a sense of relief? I don't know where Josh Gad's normal level of celebrity is. And
what would the relief be, that he's no longer big?
I don't know which way this is going. I don't know if this is. I don't have any animosity towards Josh Gad, but I don't have any. I only like him because of Book of Mormon.
Right.
I just saw him in that Spider-Man noir thing, and he looks like exactly like our friend Dave Higgins now.
Steve Higgins was all over Lorne, but I'm going to say, nobody in that whole movie revealed anything interesting about Lorne in the entire doc. Neither Steve Higgins, nothing. It just was nobody who worked closely with him. Maybe Paul Simon, because
I mean, Steve still does. So,
so what is he going to say, right?
Yes. Yeah. There's no win for anybody to bash on the guy on film. Unless someone has an axe to grind, if they put Andy Kindler in the movie, then you wouldn't be burning a bridge because you don't have a bridge there, you know. But everybody else has a bridge there, you know.
Right, but I mean, I've been secondhand enjoyed Dana Carvey's anecdotes.
Yeah.
You know, like, so
I think
some people make fun of them.
I think the farther away people get from the orbit, the more willing they are to be honest about the orbit, you know. Again, I'm not. This is just me being objective about the documentary process, not like I can't believe he pussed out, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, but I would not have expected Steve to talk shit about Lauren, for example.
Hey, is he watching? Like one of those things.
Yes. I think that's our list. I don't see any others, at least.
Well, I want to thank you, Josh. And by the way, I have a special presentation.
Oh, wait. I found one more. Wait.
I'm waiting.
All right. Belonging says, hi, Josh and Andy. Once upon the early 2Ks, my band played a benefit for a school in Santa Barbara. It featured Dave Mason, Paul Kantner, and was emceed by Dennis Miller. After Paul Kantner's set, Dennis mentioned something about White Rabbit being the best song to do drugs to. Have either of you ever heard the band Ween? If so, thoughts? I'll recommend Pure Guava or The Mollusk as potential starting points, if not. Thanks again for the continued laughs.
I will take that. I'll take that recommendation.
I have heard of Ween, and
how do you spell it?
I think I've heard Ween.
Okay,
but if you put on a Ween song, I wouldn't be Ween.
Right, you're not that, and you don't know. You haven't formed a real I wouldn't want to wean myself off of them.
Hey, how about that White Rabbit? Best song to do some rails to, huh?
Fucking Dennis Miller trying to relate to somebody in the club. Hey.
All right, now that's our show.
Well, thank you. And I have a special presentation for you that I prepared. I prepared a closing song for the show.
Fantastic.
And the song goes like this. I can't do it. Just, I'm so tired of you. Because I was here the devil and ha. Satan, Satan, Satan.